here I am. So you're watching Ellie from Ellymentry Papercrafting, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. I'm just got to turn this off. Sorry, forgot to turn the sound off on my other device, but that's sorted now. Right, so who have we got? So I can see Hillary, can't see anybody else at the moment. It did say 2 waiting, but I don't know, maybe the other person isn't speaking to us yet. So how are you today, Hills? Are you feeling any better? I've just been talking to Wendy and Claire, so hopefully they'll be along soon. So I've got a couple of new stamp sets that I haven't played with yet, and the best way to try out a new stamp set and see what it does is to do a one sheet wonder, which you've seen me do before. In fact, I'm sure you've seen lots of people do these before, but it's, you know, apart from being a good way to make a new piece of designer series paper, it's a great way to find out how your stamps work. So we've got Esther, and she needs to wash her fingers. How's she going to wash her fingers without washing her hands altogether? New one on me. Anyway, hi Claire. So Esther's back. Hope she's got clean fingers now. Hi Shaz, good to have you. How's those puppies coming along? Growing by the second, no doubt. I wish I'd got some cold water to put my feet in now because I'm really, really warm. So I'm going to get started with my one sheet wonder. So just a piece of basic white, and I'm going to start with this flower here from True Beauty, and I'm using Poppy Parade. This is an absolutely gorgeous bright colour. Shaz's puppies are gorgeous. So in case anyone doesn't know Shaz, I think most of you do, she breeds these adorable border collies. Yeah, you just heard me say a dog was adorable, didn't you? But border collie puppies, well, they are lovely. Okay, so this is quite a bold colour, but I love it. Feet in cold water. When I did it, I do it often when I'm really hot, because it does cool your whole body down. It's really, really good. But the other day I was sat at my dressing table, and hi Lisa. Oh, English Springer Spaniels, right. Yeah, I was sat at my dressing table having just dried my hair, so I was really hot. Had my feet in cold water and I dried them. Phone rang and it was a client. So I'm chatting to my client, completely forgot about the bowl of cold water, and one of my feet fell into this bowl, and I shrieked. And then of course I had to apologize, and oh, I felt such a twit. Anyway, let's carry on. So I'm going to do Ruth's tried and tested method of clusters. So taking the same stamp, using it 3 times, and using 3 generation stamping, so you get the 3 different shades. So Esther says, I'm amazed the difference actually. When our paddling pool was in action, it didn't last. It must have been a puncture. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, you have to get yourself a bowl of water like me. Yeah, it's a personal thing though. You know, you can't have everybody in that bowl of water. Oh dear. Okay, so that's my flower. Now, These leaves are really big. I didn't realise they were so big in here. You know, this, you think they're this size, they're not. So this is this one. So it's a lot bigger than I was expecting, which is why I've only got 3 clusters on here. So I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. But before I actually do that, I'm going to use the new masking paper to mask off my flowers. So your video's behind. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to just take the tackiness, some of the tackiness off of this. And I'm going to use it to just mask off my flowers, because as I said, these leaves are very large stamps and I might go a bit wrong, and I don't want to stamp over my flowers. So in case you're thinking, oh, that was a lot of cutting out, you know, using that to get those masks, but it wasn't, because I took the die, which is made to cut this shape out, and I put 3 pieces of masking paper, one on top of the other, and just cut it once. So yeah, very quick to do. And I did cheat by finding the corner of the masking paper before I came on live, because I thought that might take a while, but actually it was quite simple. I'm glad you've caught up, Esther. Right, so here we are. You can put it on your clothes, on your skin, anywhere, just to take a bit of that tackiness off, which ensures you don't rip your card when you peel it off. So there we are. That's my flowers masked off. So I'm going to come in with my Granny Apple Green, and I'm actually only going to ink it up from there down. So I'm just going to use my Simply Chamois just to make sure, oh, sorry about the noise, just to make sure that the bottom half of this doesn't have any ink on. Before I start, just, I don't think it's wet, so I'm going to just stamp that part, and then I'm going to come in here and here. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Really gorgeous, that leaf. And here, oh, I love it. And then I'll come around the other side and using those 3 generations again. I wonder if I can chance leaving that open for a minute. Then I'm going to use my beautiful fern and the mossy meadow. Does anybody else have any problems with mossy meadow? Mine seems to need to be re-inked quite a lot. And I'm not sure if it's one of those old, you know, we used to have the problem pads. I thought they'd solved it, but it seems a bit blotchy on the surface. Anyway, let's go with it. And so we can stamp over some of our stamping. See, it's, I only re-inked it the other day and it's not very juicy. So you can go over some of your leaves and then do some stamping in between, in the gaps. But I'm glad I chose to do this masking, because I think it will be much nicer. Okay, and then I don't like leaving the stamp pads open, but I'm going to have to use them again in a minute. So then I'm coming in with Evening Evergreen. Has anybody else tried the Nature's Prints? It's a beautiful stamp set. So I chose the darker colour for this one because it's a more sort of dense leaf, and I thought the darker colour would look really good. So I'm coming over this side and then using that like so. Okay, so let's take off the mask and see what it looks like. And see how easy that comes off. No tearing of your cardstock at all. It's really, really good. Okay, so that's the effect we've got, and I'm quite pleased with that. What do you think of it so far? I just realised Anne's not here yet. Oh, Lisa says that flower reminded of the one you get with a celery print. Oh, or did you mean a celery plant? Did you mean? I've never printed with celery. Okay, so over we go with this. Oh, that's not matched up very well, is it? Strange, I matched up the first one really well, didn't I? But this one's proving to be... There we go. Oh, it's trying my skills here. There we are. Yeah, if you mean the little flongs at the top of the celery, I do know what you mean, yeah. So here we go with that larger leaf. I do really like that spray. That's nice. So here we go, and I'm using a different direction for each leaf. It looks like a real flower arrangement. Oh, Esther, thank you. That's such a compliment, you know, because I am really bad at flower arranging. Yeah, I have tried it on occasions. It's not me, I'm afraid. Okay. I think we'll go this way with this one. Looks like my granny apple might need re-inking as well. So it's not truly first, second and third generation because I'm having to re-ink in between. Right, the only trouble is when you leave the lids off, you can't put the stamp on top of the ink pad like I normally do. So I'm using a lot of oh, what am I doing? I've done that, haven't I? No, I am using this one. I've completely lost my mind there. I know what you're thinking. You don't need to say it. Oh dear. Here we go. Do you know, it really messes your mind up when you stamp over these because you're thinking, oh no, I've made a really bad mistake. Okay, so then back with the celery plant. That's how it's going to be known from now on. The celery plant stamp. There we go. I think we might come over with one of those there. And I might come back with the fern actually. And add a few more here. This reminds me of my trip to Kew Gardens at the beginning of the week, the ferns. Tweezers, that might help. Got to get the tweezers in somewhere, don't I, Esther? there. And then we'll come on again. Oops, no, it's fooled me again, look. There we go, it's a bit like a jigsaw puzzle. Now, if you notice, there is a little bit of room round here, and I do this deliberately. When I cut it out with the die, I just went round and cut a little bit more off, because if it's a bit short of this, you get a better effect here. If you stick right over there, where you stamp here, it doesn't stamp all the way and you get a gap. So this ensures you don't get the gap. Mind the gap, you know, on the train, mind the gap. Okay, here we go. Right, let's just bring that up a bit and we'll go for it again with Granny Apple Green. Esther says it wouldn't be alive without Ellie's tweezers and Ellie's big scissors. Well, you haven't seen the big scissors yet, have you? I might not be using them today. Can't see that, but you know, always possible, they might not appear. Oh, I got a lovely whiff of something then, a nice perfume. I don't know where that suddenly came from. Because I'm the only one who wears perfume here and I didn't spray any. Oh, unless Russell's nipped in my room and started using it. Oh dear, right, back with the fern and the mossy meadow. Oh, look at that. Actually, that doesn't really go, does it? A fern in a mossy meadow, but there you go. And then here we come with Lisa's celery plant. Just how it's going to be known now. Lisa's celery plant. I'll try and get that at a different angle. There we are. The second generation Stamping of Evening Evergreen looks very much like the soft succulent, doesn't it? Okay, so let's peel these off for the big reveal. Now, do you see what I mean about no gap here around the flower? Now, the good thing about this is that if you keep your backing and you can work out how to stick it back on again. Oh, this is just like a jigsaw puzzle. You can then pop that in your stamp case. Oh, I can't sit here and fathom that out. I'm just going to stick it on quite randomly. Then you can pop them back. You can pop these in your stamp set and then you can use them again. So I'm just going to put those back roughly. Hello Shirley, thanks for coming along. Hi Joanna, lovely to have you both here. Oh, hi Wendy. Lisa says, Esther, love the look of your top in your last video, what I could see of it. Oh, Esther does wear some really lovely different tops and dresses and things. It's all to do with that styling, isn't it, Esther? Do you remember? Okay, so looking at this in my video, it looks totally different to what I'm seeing, and I'm really liking it. I hope you're liking it too. So now I wanted to bring in some texture, and you know, yeah, we always do the dottage, don't we? And I love dottage. I thought we'd be a little bit different here and bring in a different kind of texture other than dottage. Not that I dislike it, please. don't get me wrong. So first of all, I'm I'm looking at the lovely Ranunculus Romance stamp set, which I didn't buy when it was first available, but I regretted it. I'm really glad that it's reappeared. So I've taken this one here, which is, it's actually, look, a receipt for some jewellery, and I thought that was really nice. So I'm going to have a go with that one, and I'm using Crumb Cake because it's quite a pale colour. I want something that's not going to be taking over. So here we go, we'll pop this one on, and I'm going to do it quite randomly, just here and there, and always turn your stamp to give it a different look. Use second and third generation. Could even just put, you know, part of it on. It doesn't have to be the whole stamp. So I might just put a little bit here. That's fine. It is lovely, isn't it, that set? Well, they're all lovely. Okay, so now for my next bit of texture, I'm using Daffodil Delight and the splats from Nature's Prince. I think these are going to be really popular, and I'm going to do them not spot on top of the script, but in conjunction with, if you like. And then that one I'll stamp off a bit, and that one's going to be a third generation. Like so. And I might just add the odd off the page splatter. Always looks nice if you know, put something on the edges of your work. And then I'm going to lastly use the little Eiffel Tower postmark stamp from this set. This is adorable. So cute. So Esther says, it was my new charity shop buy, a lovely summer dress. I need to get the strap sorted as it became a bit, shall I say, X-rated. Yeah, you did almost give us a shot of something we might not have wished to see, Esther, but it was okay. So I'm just going to come in with the postmark, again randomly, turning it round so we get a different orientation, and maybe coming off the sides again. So we just got the top of the Eiffel Tower, that there, and a little bit of the postmark that side. We've got the bottom of it there. Yep, I think that will be fine. Now, for those of you who feel a bit what should we say, cheated if we don't do dottage, would you like me to find some? Thumbs up for dottage. Thumbs up for liking the video, of course, but thumbs up, you know, in our little thing here, if you'd like dottage. I'll see if I can find some dottage that I've got some I haven't used yet. Oh, actually, instead of dottage, we could use the bee. Right, you asking whether we want dottage. Yeah, you want dottage. Okay, that was a silly question, wasn't it? Dottage. Okay, so I think we'll use the favourite from Forever Fern. I need both bees and dottage. I had a funny feeling that you were going to say that. Okay, so I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen for the dottage. Can't remember if this fits onto a little block or whether I need a big one. No, the A block is perfect. Lisa says, or spittle. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, it did need it, didn't it? Put it amongst the foliage as well. It does work well there. I'm always tempted only to put things in the gaps, but it does actually look nice on top of other things too. Okay, so let's have a little bee. Now, I think this bee is going to have to be in black. Running out of little blocks now. And here we go with the little bee. Oh, he's so cute. Look at that. Let's just get my black ink pad. So the view you've got is not, I can see more of the detail close up. So I'm going to bring it up because it might look, you know, as if there are too many gaps, but if you look at it closer, you'll see that actually it is, there is quite a lot in the background there. Okay, so let's pop our little bee on here. So, hey little bee, buzzing around. Oh, this is the first time I've used the bee. Doesn't he stamp beautifully? We ought to have him landing on the flowers, didn't we? Oh, let's put him right in the middle. There. Oh, he is cute. We've got a swarm of bees now. They've escaped from a hive. Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. I'm so hot now because I had to take the fan away because I was so warm. Shall I colour his body in with a bit of yellow? Do you think I should go that far, or is he all right like that? So I need Bumblebee, and it's behind my camera, so I'm sorry if the camera wiggles just now. Oh, I think I did it without wiggling. I haven't got any markers or alcohol pens, so I'm going to have to do CPR on my little ink pad and see if I can get some ink in the lid. I'm not very good at this. Oh, look at that feeble attempt. Let's try again. Stand up to it. Good job I never have to save anyone's life, isn't it? Well, I hope I don't. Anyway. Oh, look at that. No, actually, plan B. Plan B. I'll go in with a block. There, that's better. A block and a little paintbrush. spray of water. I'm just going to take this away to spray it because I don't want... Yeah, Joanna, well done. Yeah, we were thinking that at the same time. Look, I've just given it a very light spray of water. And this is the right colour. It's Bumblebee, which, you know, so if anyone says that's the wrong yellow for a bumblebee, it's not. And that's probably why Stampin' Up gave us this colour specifically for this stamp. It just shows that if you don't have the blends or the marker pens, you can still get the effect. In fact, I've just thought I do have the I've got the watercolour pencils, which I could have used, which I forgot about. All right, this is going to be a bit orangey, that one. But hey, you know, that's what happens if you land on red flowers. I'm sure everybody's seen that bee on a red flower that's gone orange, haven't they? We know how much you love colouring. Oh, yeah. We've just been talking about this. I don't do colouring, which is why I don't have the blends and the the markers. But, you know, I'm just showing you that I'm adaptable and willing to give it a go. Should that bit up there be yellow as well? I'm not really sure what that bit is. Do I need to colour that bit at the top? The paintbrush is getting a bit straggly now. No, I'm not going to bother with that bit on his head. I think we can get away with it. Okay, so now you're going to say, well, what are you going to do with this one sheet wonder you've made? Well, I'm just going to clean my brush, and then I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to make a little box and use this paper to cover it with. So I've got some hand cream that I'm going to gift to someone who does really love reds, poppy colours and stuff. So I thought that's what we'll do. So to make the box for this, it's going to be a box that has got a base and an all-in-one box, you know, with a lid, not a separate lid. God, I know what I mean. I'm sure you will. So for that, you need a piece of card which measures 10.5 by 11. It's 11 and a little bit, actually. So yeah, I had to use a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. You could actually use A4 and use 2 pieces and stick it together, but I wasn't really in the right frame of mind for working that out today. So what you need to do, put your card into your scoring, whatever you're using, with the widest part. So this is the 11-inch part going across the top. So this is really landscape. There's not a lot of difference between them, but just check it when you go in, otherwise you could mess this up. All right, so this is the longest part, this is the 11-inch, and this is the 10.5. so we first score at 3 1/4. This is for this particular piece of this particular item. So you just move the cutting blade out of the way. So score at 3 1/4, and then you move it over to 5 1/4. And I measured up my container first to make sure I knew how big to make this, and then I'm on 8.5, and then I want a 1/2 inch bit here, so I just go to the 1/2 inch, go to this side, just measure 1/2 inch and score that. Now the other way, is where we're going round. So, sorry, this is the top and bottom. So we start with 1/2 inch. So put that on the 1/2 inch mark. Come down. And then we go to 2.5. Whoops. And then we go all the way up to 8.5 and score. And that's all our scoring done. So the first way I'm going to do it, now you've got a 6 inch, you've got big rectangles here. So this is going round. So that fits like so, all right? So we're going to do those lines, we're going to fold first. So I'm starting with the 1/2 inch fold. And we go over to the next one. When you're making boxes, do remember that you must use your bone folder to make sure you get good crisp lines. And always make sure that this part is nice and level, to make sure that you are scoring on the line squarely. Okay, so over we go here, making sure it's nice and straight at the top there, and come down nice and sharp. And then I'm going to go over and start folding on the other lines. And then we've got that little 1/2 inch bit there. Okay, so the box is going to come together like this. Okay, so make sure you know which is the back and which is the front. Now obviously we want to put the join at the back, all right? So I want to tuck the lid over from the front to the back. So this is the front. So I'm going to mark the front with a pencil on the inside. So this is front, okay? And the top is the bit with the little lip. We want this lip to close it. Now, just for Esther, in come the big scissors. Oh yeah, thank you, Lisa. Don't forget the thumbs up, ladies. So with the big scissors, I'm cutting down these lines down to the first score line. Esther just loves the big scissors. And then I'm going to do the same at the other side. This is the bottom of the box. Okay, so here we are, just to recap. This is the bottom, this is the top, okay? So we want this piece, front, but we don't need that bit. So the piece that's opposite, I'm going to cut off, not the square tabs. In fact, what I generally do is fold down everything I want to keep. Okay, it's a little tiny tufty bit of cardstock there, so I'm going to bring in my snips. Okay, Shirley, see you next time. just to get rid of that little tufty bit. And then we only want the flap on that bit. So I'm going to come in and take these flaps off. And I don't want this piece at all. So I'm cutting that away. And I'm cutting that away like that. So my box is going to be stuck together with this tab, like so. Okay. Now on the tabs, that's only the square pieces. So I'm going to fold the other pieces in, and I'm just going to miter these a little bit. And again, I'm using the big scissors. I just find it easier to cut straight on a longer piece of card with these. Now you notice that I turned it over to cut again, because I like to always cut on the right hand side. Being right handed, I find that easier. I'm just going to cut the top of these where the fold line was. It didn't look very nice. And then I'm doing the same on the bottom tabs. This might look complicated, but I promise you, once you start doing it yourself, if you just follow the, you know, if you want to make a box, just work along with me slowly, pause it, and play again when you want the next stage. You will find it's not difficult. Okay, so now, and if you do what I do and just keep checking, keep putting it together as you go, you'll be able to follow it really easily. So now we've got our box almost made. You can see what I mean? So just to make sure that these tuck in, I like to take a tiny little wedge off the corner, the really smallest, tiniest bit. Just like that, okay? Just two little bits. Now you can always cut a little bit more off later if it needs it, but don't cut too much off to start with. Okay, so now we come to using our beautiful paper to cover it. And we need to cover these 4 pieces. Now we know that that's 6 inches, and I like to leave 1/8 of an inch either end. So 2/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch. So if I make it 5 3/4 along here, they all need to be 5 3/4. So I'm going to cut a piece 5 3/4. Okay, and then when I've used the trimmer, I like to run down the edge here with my bone folder, because I find it gets a little bit of an edge on it. And that's because it's just the nature of the way it cuts. The blade cuts into the track and it just pushes the card paper down. Now I want to cut 2 pieces to fit there and 2 pieces to fit there. This is 3 1/4, so I need 2 pieces that measure 3 inches and 2 pieces that measure 1 3/4, because this is 2. Now I think it would be nice if I tried to keep this like that. So what I'm going to do is go, if I turn it upside down and go 1 3/4, and then 3. I bet I get it muddled up when I try and put them all on. And 1 3/4. It probably won't matter at all, and I'm probably just being a little bit too precise, but Well, you know, some of us are a bit like that. Put that piece over there. Okay, now I have kept them in that order on the side. I'm just going to go down that bit, down all these edges. I'm trying to keep them together. Whoops. Okay, there you go, look, I've done it. And I think that's upside down. So if I do this, I think I'll be right, won't I? Okay, you're still with me. Okay, so we're going to go like that, that, that and that. Okay, and then they all flow just like the one sheet wonder did. Oh, oh. I didn't think that was going to work. Here we go. So let's get my Tombow multi-purpose glue and just go around the outside. I do want to make sure I get right to the edges because I don't want paper peeling off. So here we go. Use my bone folder to make sure the glue all gets to the edges. Well done, Esther, for sticking at it. This is like you making 200 things with your one sheet wonders. I'm only making one. We're very nearly there. I'm definitely going to get this done in an hour. So this just shows you that you don't have to buy designer series paper. You can make your own, and sometimes it works out better in a way because you get the colour you wanted, the design you wanted. When you buy designer series paper, it's always beautiful and great quality, but sometimes you just might want a different colour. So all I'm going to do now is cut a piece out to go across there, and I'm going to use that piece because it's got the lovely beautiful flowering. So this needs to be 3 by 1 3/4. So let's just bring my board in, trimmer, get that bumblebee in. Three, by 1 3/4. There we are. So that's going like that. So yeah, we want it up that way. So is it all boiling hot where you are? It's really heating up here now. Okay, there we are. So all that remains to be done is to put some glue on there, rub out my pencil mark. So a decent amount of glue on this tab. And because this is symmetrical, you can simply fold that in half like so. Put some pressure on with the bone folder like so. I usually like to fold it the other way as well. And there we have it. So we finish by, I'm just going to cut off, this looks a bit rough, this edge. I didn't cut the actual score line off there, so it looks a bit messy. That's better. So yeah, now the way I do my boxes is from the back I fold to the front, and then I fold in one of the sides and then the other tab, and then finally I fold the front one under, so you get a nice edge here. Esther's got her fan on, lucky you. I wish I could put mine on, but it's too noisy. So I'm going to put my hand cream in to keep the box nice and sturdy. So Lisa says, I'm loving this way of using a one sheet wonder. Thanks, Lisa. And then you can simply put the top in, push this little tab in like so, and that fits beautifully. It's not too difficult to get it in, but it doesn't spring back out again, and that's just what you want. So there's our box with our bee there, and it all follows on the pattern. Not that anyone else will notice that we went to those lengths, but we know we did, don't we? So there we are. Now what I did forget to do before I stuck it all together was put a little thumb hold in there, which I do like to do. Joanna's in the garden enjoying the sunshine. Good. I wouldn't be able to get any shade in my back garden at the moment. So I just use my, it's a hole punch, but I use it sort of like just to get the amount I want. And then these are really good punches actually. Ha! You can punch upside down with them so that you can see what you're doing. So in goes my cream. Push my little bit down. And then when you want to open it, you've got the bit there to get your thumb into, and it opens easily. Okay. Then if you want to add, you can always add a ribbon and a tag. But that's my box using the designer series paper I made from True Beauty, Ranunculus Romance, and Nature's Prints. All fabulous stamp sets. So I think most of you are subscribed to me, and I thank you very, very much for that. If not, just hit that subscribe button, please. I'd love it if you shared the video with friends. I'm up to just over 900 subscribers now, and I just absolutely love to get to that 1,000 subscribers mark. So if you could help me with that, I'd be really, really grateful. Nearer the time, I'll advertise a giveaway. So once I get to 1,000, I will be doing a giveaway. Esther says she keeps hearing Nature's Prints rather than prints. It's difficult to actually make that sound different. Yeah, I'm going to have a great time with this. The fonts on the sentiments are amazing, but really, really love this. Haven't really played a lot with this. Haven't really played a lot with any of them, but yeah, great stamp sets. And as you can see, so easy to use together. So if anybody would like to purchase anything, there'll be links to the downloadable digital catalogues. That's a mouthful. in my description box below, together with a link to my online store. As always, thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you again Wednesday evening when I do a recorded video, and again next Saturday at 2:30 for my live. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye for now. Oh, Bonnie's just popped on. I just caught you, Bonnie. Thank you so much for coming along. Please try and catch us next week, 2:30. Bye-bye.